Raise your hand if you've ever stared at a blank screen and wondered what to post. You're not alone because I've been in the exact same spot as you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what types of posts to create so that you can stay consistent without feeling overwhelmed. In the beginning, most of us struggle with some type of creating content. Sometimes it's just too many platforms to decide on what platform to post on, which one is best, where my audience is. It can get really overwhelmed and really confusing. Sometimes you just don't have enough time. If you're like me, I was working a full-time job, trying to manage my family and live my best life. And I just didn't have all the time in the world to create content. And then sometimes it feels like you're doing it all wrong. You're not getting any likes, you're not getting any shares, no views. And you feel like you put all this time in the content and you get zilch. It's just so disheartening when you put all your energy in it and you get absolutely nothing. When you're starting out, social media can feel like you're learning a new language. Everyone is telling you to do reels, carousels, trending sounds, but what you really need is a really simple plan. So let's get into what you need so that you can create a social media plan that gets you clients, that gets you selling those digital products and just bring in that passive income. Step one is that you want to create your anchor content. Now, what is anchor content? Anchor content is your one main piece of content that you produce every week. This could be a video for YouTube, a Facebook Live, a short 5-minute presentation, or a blog post for those who like to write. So you can do that. Or it can be a weekly podcast. The key thing here is that you want to create that one piece of long form content that establishes you as an expert, that shows people that you know what you know. Because when they know that you know, they're going to begin to know you, like you, and trust you. Those are the three things you want so that people will pull out their card and say yes to every single one of your offers. Step two is to repurpose into easy posts. Now, from that anchor piece of content, you want to pull out short clips if you've done videos. So if you've done videos, you want to pull out short clips and create like a reel or a short or TikTok. It just depends on the platform you're on. You can turn that one piece of anchor content into a static post by pulling out quotes or tips and create a quote graphic or a tip graphic or a checklist. And then you can take either if you're doing an article or a podcast or a video, you can turn that into a quick email that you can send out to your list because we should be building our list, right? Or you can use it as a long form caption with a selfie photo of yourself. What has helped me make this such an easy way to repurpose my anchor content? I've been using ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been a lifesaver for me. So if you're not using ChatGPT, Mr. Chatty, then you definitely want to jump on that so you can start repurposing this anchor piece of content and making it seamless to help you systematize and streamline what you're doing in your business. That's the only way we're going to live our dream life, right? Instead of reinventing the wheel, slice your big piece of content into smaller, snackable posts. That could be 3 to 5 posts per week just from your anchor piece of content. You see how all of that works? You create that one piece of content, then break up that one piece of content into smaller, different pieces of content that you can share on social media. It all begins with the foundation, the anchor content that you create in the beginning of the week that you can just break up into multiple different social media posts throughout the week. Step three is what to post. Now, this is where we get really overwhelmed. What do we post? How do we take this piece of anchor content and then break it down into these snackable, smaller pieces? So, what do you post? You take a piece of content that teaches. That could be share one tip from your anchor content or a how to or a system or a process that you're doing. You can create content that inspires people, like a quote or a personal lesson that you've learned. It can be a piece of content that will create engagement, like a simple question that you can ask within that anchor content. The other things you can do is invite them to grab one of your freebies. The key thing about creating anchor content is that you want to be building a list. The money is in the list. These 4 types of posts cover everything you need. Rotate them and you'll never run out of content ideas again. Step 4 is to keep it consistent. Keeping it consistent can mean different things to different people. A lot of people, like myself, have a busy life. We're doing a lot of things and we're not able to post every single day. This schedule really helps me keep in mind when I am sitting in my car or sitting in front of my computer saying, you need to post something so you can build your business. This calendar really helps me stay focused on what I should be posting so that I'm never confused about what to do. Well, in this example, I want to share with you some of the things that you can post on certain days of the week. You don't have to do it exactly like mine, but it just gives you an idea of what you can post. So on Mondays, you can do a motivation post. It can be a teaser, or you can show screenshots or B-roll of you prepping for your day. Tuesday can be where you share your anchor post. So this is where you can share your video. If you're on YouTube, you can upload your video during this time. If you have a podcast, you can release that podcast on Tuesday. If you're writing a blog, you can release it on Tuesday. On Wednesday, this is a short video clip from your anchor piece of content. If you have a podcast or if you're doing a video, definitely create some type of short form clip from your podcast or your video. On Thursdays, you can do a static post. For those of you who are bloggers and writing an article, you can pull a quote from your article. You can share one tip from your article. You can create a Canva graphic with that tip or quote on it. On Friday, you can share another short video clip, again, pulling a clip from your anchor piece of content or a clip from your podcast. On Saturday, you can do an engagement post, which gets people excited to comment. So that could be asking a question. Those are really good types of engagement posts to get your previous posts in their feed. On Saturday, you can do an engagement post or go live. This is a great way for people to engage with you, like your content, answer a question, or just say good morning to you. On Sunday, this is optional. This could be your rest day. Or you can just repurpose another post that you've done. Yeah, on Sunday, you can repurpose your content. Sometimes we don't think about that because we think, oh, they've already seen this. There is so much content that shows up in our feed that we just miss it. Sometimes we don't see that you've posted at 12 o'clock that afternoon or 8 o'clock that morning. So post it again. Sunday can be used as a rest day or a repurpose day. Makes it really easy to get your content out there, right? This flow gives you structure without pressure. You know exactly what to post each day, but it's flexible enough to fit your schedule. Let me just say, you don't need fancy graphics. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be consistent. And you can do that in the simplest way. So don't get caught up on the trends. Don't get caught up in the pointing and the dancing and all this other stuff. Keep it simple. Valuable posts will always win. Do you want content you can post right away, which makes all of this so simple? Then join Coach Simplify Academy for the plug and play posts, templates, and trainings. You can start today with our 14-day free trial. Just go to coachsimplify.com/14 days so that you can join us. Well, that's it. I'm Alease Michelle, and I help professionals over 40 create digital products the simplest way possible. Have an awesome and blessed day. Peace out.